90 days in LA. Time is flying, and I got a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. So this right here is a list of everything I'm going to be releasing in the next 2 or 3 months. And it's a lot, and I'm really excited for all of this, and it all starts this Friday, April 19th, with the release of my newest single, LA Lately. Let me tell you, I know I said in the last video, this is the best song I've done to date. It's got the catchiness of Same Man. It's got the best production value I've ever had on a song. Huge shout out to my friend Colin Costa Walsh, aka Costak, because he really did his thing with this one, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. And then we got music videos, we got way more covers coming. I got some cool ideas for some YouTube videos, and basically you can expect new content in some form every week for sure on YouTube, which I'm really excited about. We're gonna talk about all of that later in the video. But first, I want to talk about some good news and some bad news. I guess to start, the bad news is, in March, I didn't really hit the goals I set out to achieve. I said, technically, I want to release a song a month. I think I technically might have said an original song a month. I did end up releasing a cover, but I did not release an original song in March. But it's not the end of the world. Here's the thing. LA Lately simply wasn't ready at that time. And I know I'm the only one putting these deadlines on myself. Like, at the end of the day, it's good to have goals, and it's good to make me want to be more consistent with my releasing of songs and posts, etc. But there's really no one out there, I think, that's like, why didn't Ryan post on March 19th or whatever? He said he was going to post every month. I don't think there's people out there that were thinking that at all. And if there were, I'm going to assume you're already like a huge fan of mine and you would listen to my music anyway, which I greatly appreciate you for. But basically, I'm kind of glad I waited, because this is going to be way better now that I waited and had the time to really flesh it out. Consistency and goal setting is important, but above all, the music is what I prioritize the most and what I'm going to value over everything else. And the even better news is, I wasn't just working on LA Lately. I have one song that's already done, that's already going to be coming out in mid-May that you can get excited for. And I got another song that's pretty close to being done. So I'm pretty steady with releases coming out from now on. I got even more covers already finished. And I'm excited to announce I'm going to be doing a bunch of collaborations in the future with other artists. And they're going to be really amazing. You don't have to just listen to me, listen to my styles. You can now be open to a whole world of new musicians, which I'm super excited to share with you. All that really brings me to my next point, my next reflection, which is the importance of friendship. And I know that's cheesy, everyone says that, but the main difference between the first 30 days I was out here and the next 2 months that I've been out here for have been the friends I've made along the way. I'm someone who's super introverted, super independent, and partly out of necessity, partly out of just because of those qualities that I have in myself, I've always done everything on my own. I've always done the filming on my own. I've always done the songwriting on my own, producing. I mean, I've had help from, like I said, Colin, my friend, along the way. But in general, it's all me. Now, since being out here, I have this whole network of friends that I've met at open mics, at gigs, that I live with. And I'm really constantly just surrounded by other creatives, and we're able to bounce ideas off each other, give each other feedback. And it's just inspiring, and it makes my own creativity just flow and gives me ideas for my own songs, for people I want to work with. And it's just been an incredible experience. And it's allowed me to take my visions and my goals beyond what even I could have imagined for myself. For instance, in the last video, I talked about being really happy with my Instagram posts. I had a clear vision for how I wanted the whole thing to look. And for the first time in my life, I was really achieving that in terms of the composition, the audio quality, the video quality. And I thought that was peak. I thought that was the best I could do. But then I got my friend Sergio. He came. Okay, my phone just ran out of space, but we deleted stuff. Now we're good. Anyway, I've been having my friend Sergio, a fellow musician, incredible artist, come out. He's been filming me in these beautiful places. All the posts you've been seeing on Instagram where there's a lot of movement, that's all been him. But the point here was, I thought I had achieved like the best I could do. But by bringing another person, I was able to exceed anything that I'd ever imagined or dreamed of in terms of my Instagram posts. But as a larger metaphor, it's just, you can only do so much as yourself. And sometimes it takes outside ideas, outside perspectives, and outside help, asking for help, to really push you to the next level, a level that you didn't even think was possible within yourself. So that's been a really cool lesson that I've learned in these past 2 months. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is my success as a musician, because on paper, I really don't think I've been doing that much. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes, but most of you won't see that. And at the end of the day, what you don't see, you don't know, and you don't understand what I've been going through, what I've been working on. But like on paper, I've just released Nostalgic and Harder Holding On, maybe a few covers. Like in my head, I should be doing more. And I think that's reflected in my streaming stats, for instance. So I finally did hit 1,000 streams on Say Men. That's amazing. I'm so happy about that. But my monthly listener count, it's about the same. It's like 50, 80, and that's just not gonna cut it, is the thing, if I want to be a professional musician, obviously. And it makes me think that even though I'm doing a lot, maybe I'm not doing the right things. Maybe I'm not putting my time in the right spot. So I really need to hone in these next few months and think about what is it that will make me get those monthly listener goals that I'm shooting for, which is 1,000 to start, then ideally 10,000. And I think going forward, a lot of it will come down to collaborations, like I talked about, with other artists. I know a few artists with a couple thousand monthly listeners, even 10,000 monthly listeners, and if I do a song with them, then instantly I have that many listeners as well. And if I keep compounding that, well, then maybe I get to 100,000 listeners. So I think that's something that I've been overlooking, that I finally have the ability to do now that I have these connections, and I'm really excited for that. I have at least 3 or 4 collaborations in the works now, and hopefully those collaborations lead to more collaborations, and so on. At the end of the day, this is a really long path. When I think about 90 days, that's a scary thought, because 90 days is 3 months. That's a quarter of the year. You're telling me I've been out here a quarter of the year, and really, on paper, like I said, nothing's changed. So how do I make the next 90 days and the time after that count and grow exponentially? I know this isn't a sprint, this is a marathon, but at the same time, there are plenty of accounts, plenty of people who have grown huge followings in the span of 3 months, 6 months. So why can't it be me? And that's up to me and what I do with my music and what I do with social media. And I'm just really excited to see where all this goes. I think I finally started to find my place, find my groove here in LA, and we can only go up from here. Thank you so much for watching LA Lately this Friday. Music video Friday after that. Thank you all so much for watching.